What's up, everyone? This is Mr. Whibby, and today I'm going to be doing another lecture on the coastal plains. So what we'll be talking about today, we'll be talking about the coastal plains and its subregions. And subregions are smaller regions that make up a larger region. So what we'll be learning today, and our objective is the student should be able to explain how Texas is in the coastal plain and how the coastal plain have adapted to use their environment. All right, so the main ideas. The 5 subregions of the coastal plains have varied landscapes and economies. Texans in the coastal plains have both changed and adapted to their environments. All right, so there are 5 subregions. There are 5 subregions, and remember, once again, a subregion is a smaller form of a bigger, broader region. So the bigger, broader region is the coastal plains, and 1 through 5 are the subregions. So we have the Piney Woods, the Gulf Coast Plains, the South Texas Plains, the Post Oak Belt, and the Blackland Prairie. All right, so the first place that we're going to look at the Piney Woods. The Piney Woods, if you guys can see right here in the green, we have the Piney Woods. That's over in East Texas. So what you have and let me go back. Let me go back to the Piney Woods. My fault, my mistake. What you have in the Piney Woods, you have a bunch of rolling hills, you have forests. The Piney Woods is also known for having the wettest climate in Texas. One of the major agricultural or just basically something as it pertains to the economy of the Piney Woods is it's known for producing timber because there are a lot of trees in the Piney Woods. They produce gum, hickory, oak, and they have a lot of pine trees. It has rich soil and it has a wet climate that is great for farming. And because it's great for farming, historically, the people of the Piney Woods have cut down trees to actually farm. They did that at a terrible rate, which caused a lot of deforestation. So the government had to step in to protect many of the trees. Like most places in Texas, the Piney Wood has oil. Oil is going to be very big in Texas. You guys will see that. The Piney Woods has mainly rural areas, meaning that it's not many cities out in the Piney Woods. And then like I told you guys, because they were cutting down so many trees, the government went and established the Big Thicket National Preserve, which basically protects about 85,000 acres of trees and wildlife in Texas. Now, another sub-region that you guys will learn about is the Gulf Coast Plains. Now, the Gulf Coast Plains extends south from the Gulf Coast of the Sabine River to Corpus Christi Bay. And for you guys that are looking, here's the Gulf Coast Bay right here. It's mainly near the coast and it's marshy and full of bayous. The farmers in the Gulf Coast Plain, they grow rice, corn, cotton, and grains. It's heavy on oil and petrochemicals. Products are shipped in and out of the ports. This is one of the most heavily populated areas. It has 2 major urban centers, 2 major cities. That's Houston and Corpus Christi. Galveston is also a city. Port Arthur is one of the smaller cities. So, yeah. Next, we have the South Texas Plains. When you look at the South Texas Plains, it extends south of San Antonio, about from San Antonio south all the way down to Laredo. Now, with the South Texas Plains, it's one of the driest regions in Texas. Temperatures are normally hot, very warm. I put war, but that should be warm. Temperatures are very warm. It's primarily hot. Farmers grow citrus fruit, vegetable crops, sugarcane, and specialty crops. Farming is one of the biggest industries in this area. They have pockets of natural gas resources. Um, it is largely made up of rural areas. San Antonio is the largest city in the South Texas Plains. Laredo is also there, so you have two major cities in South Texas Plains. The next thing we have the Post Oak Belt. And the Post Oak Belt is a region that is close to the Piney Woods. It's pretty much close to all three of the subregions that we just mentioned when you look at it. So right here in the green, you would have this is the Post Oak Belt. So it extends all the way up going into Oklahoma, into East Texas, and it goes down close to San Antonio in the Gonzales area. So once again, it's west of the Piney Woods and Gulf Coast Plains. It has a wet climate similar to the Piney Woods, very similar to the Piney Woods. It has sandy soils and flatlands. It has forest. Its forest produces post oak, blackjack oak, elm, hickory, pecan, and walnut trees. Farmers grow cotton, corn, and sorghum. These are major cash crops, meaning that they make a lot of money from these. Livestock is a major industry, cattle, horses, and that type of thing. It is a rural area. It's rural, meaning that most of the people live in small towns. We call it the country. What you guys call the country, the academic term for that is rural areas. You have urban areas, which are the city. You have rural areas, which is what we call the country. The next place that we have Blackland Prairie. So the Blackland Prairie stretches along the Post Oak Belt. Its climate is also wet and mild. It has rolling prairies that cover most of the landscape. It is the most heavily populated subregion. In this region, you have Dallas, Garland, Grand Prairie. You also have Fort Worth. You have major industries, including oil companies and other corporate headquarters that are located in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So it's heavily populated because it has a lot of major corporations and companies that people want to work for. And Dallas and Fort Worth is considered a metroplex, and a metroplex is an area that has more than one city, two cities that are at times considered to be one. And so that's the conclusion of this PowerPoint. Go ahead, look in your Google class and complete your assignment for today. Thank you.